COVID and the Omicron has our world turned upside down. If you're waiting on your NFL fantasy football playoffs to take shape, good luck. And the NBA's wrecked and all kinds of nonsense. But hey, it's almost Christmas, so there's that to look forward to. This is the We Don't Know Sports Podcast. Stay tuned. Welcome back once again to the We Don't Know Sports Podcast. This is Chad the Mark with
Mr. Brown
and
Canadian Biggie,
who paused a little bit to introduce himself, but we're glad to have everybody listening. You're probably listening to this episode on Christmas Eve or maybe Christmas because your family's just driving you crazy, but it's the 23rd for us tonight, and we're watching a little Thursday night football just to get everybody up to speed. You know, we do picks, right? We do picks every week. Is that a fair statement?
Every Thursday, lock us in.
Lock us in, right? So just so people don't think we're taking advantage of the rules, we've already posted on social media and locked in that Mr. Brown, you and I are taking the Niners to cover tonight, but Biggie.
The Fighting Mike Vrabels, baby.
Why?
Because they're fighting Mike Vrabels.
Because A.J. Brown's back.
I love Tennessee at home in this game on a short week. I don't think they'll win, but it's 3.5. That half-point hook gave me the cover.
All right, so the one anomaly with this game tonight is I believe no team has COVID?
Neither team has COVID, correct.
That's impressive. So how did you feel about some Tuesday night football this past week?
It was a little weird because unless you had Sunday Ticket or a really awesome streaming service, you only got one of the two games.
I didn't know that was the case, that they only showed one game to everybody.
I think Tuesday night football could become a thing in the next collective bargaining agreement.
Like the games weren't like marquee games, but I'd love to know like what the TV ratings were. Like who's watching those?
Well, get ready because there's rumor it might happen again.
It's probably going to happen the rest of the season.
The rumors are that the Chiefs might be moved again to Tuesday.
Well, I thought somebody was taking the helicopter of the COVID vaccine and just dumping it all over Mahomes'
The Lysol, yeah.
Lysol.
Yeah.
Well, we had like a 10-day period here. I saw this thing on Facebook where you have NFL football every day of the week except for one.
Yeah.
Or no, you had
Every day but church night?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, during the regular season, you don't want to interfere with college. There's not enough market share for everything. And then do you want to be a dick and just take over Friday nights when high school's going on?
That's the thing I think they won't touch because this used to be bowl season, and now what's it become? Saturday games in the NFL, right? They went to that towards the end of the year.
As soon as the regular season wraps up, they're like, nope, Saturday's ours, bitches. Look out.
I swear, I think the only sacred night for football as far as the NFL is concerned is Friday night. Friday night lights, that's for the high school kids. That's the only one they don't touch.
I think you're underestimating the NFL
what's
right
that
now.
mean?
The power of the almighty dollar.
You know what they say, right? F them kids.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. That's exactly where I was going. So the Tuesday night thing is a result of COVID, but things are not getting better for some teams out there, and
got some big names.
Yeah. So before we get into the disruption there, did you see the Cole Beasley, who is proudly unvaccinated? Did you see his statements?
I have not. I saw what he came out with kind of at the beginning of the year, but I haven't followed here lately.
All right. So recently, have you seen it, Mr. Brown? All right. So I'm paraphrasing. So please don't hold a gun to my head on the accuracy of these statements, but he essentially went on a tangent about how the protocols are screwing everything up because somebody like him, and he tested positive for COVID, so he's out. Well, he gets tested on a more than regular basis because he's not vaccinated. The vaccinated players don't get tested at all. So even if they are sick, they're not saying anything just because they don't have to get tested because they're vaccinated. And now you got all like.
So you're telling me Eckler, Cook, and all these players aren't vaccinated?
I don't know who is and isn't, but what I'm saying is, as far as the testing protocols go, if you're vaccinated, you don't have to, unless you go up to like your medical team or the coaches and like, I think I'm sick.
Oh, so if they say I'm sick, then they would still go get tested.
But they could be sick as a dog,
right? But if you don't say anything,
it's kind of like we learned a lot about concussions. Let's just apply the same mentality to this.
Well, the perfect example of that's Austin Eckler. I have him on my fantasy team. On Monday, he got marked COVID. Then they took it off of him and they marked him questionable. And for 2 days, it was, did he have a false positive? What's the deal? Now on Wednesday night, they went back to he's officially, COVID positive. That same type of setup, just like with the concussions.
Right.
There was something that may or may not have happened. He may or may not have tested positive. Now, let's see how long we can play this out before we have to put him on the reserve list.
I mean, it's a nightmare for we're in our fantasy playoffs right now. And it last week, if you remember seeing my bench last week, it was like everybody was COVID. I was like, I got enough to fill a starting lineup. That's it, man. There ain't no room for error here.
You didn't have to worry about having a guy on your bench with a lot of points.
There were no decisions to be made.
Yeah.
It was just play these guys. That's what you got. But now, this is going to continue to go. And then, but they're not going to cancel games no matter what, though, right?
No, I'll just move them. At this point, you can't cancel.
Right. But isn't that the whole thing was if COVID happened, we'll just forfeit games if your team's out of control?
Yeah, during the summer, Goodell had said games won't be postponed, they'll be canceled. Get the shot. Now, where not everybody got the shot, they don't want to penalize the vaccinated players, so they're willing to postpone. Because I saw something from DeMaurice Smith where if the game is canceled, the players don't get paid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the players are going to play.
That was the big push in the Washington-Philadelphia game. If that game had gotten canceled, the players didn't get paid, is what I was told.
All right. What about the players and personnel upset that the Browns got their game pushed when, who'd they play this past week? They played
Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. The Raiders were crying wolf on them. They're like, it's only because their center's the head of the Players Association. Yep. And, he's using that power to so he could play. And I don't know. I don't know if I buy all that. But, who's making these decisions and when do they decide to move the games?
That would be nice to know. You would think, as transparent as the NFL is, this would all be clear to us.
Yeah. Well.
Clear as mud, baby.
You got to be a made man to know that information. The NBA, on the other hand, that's looking like a complete shit show right now.
Well, like we were just talking about, off air, the NBA opening day happened, 6 weeks ago, but really, Christmas Day is their big day. Basketball from noon until 1 in the morning. That's all their big games.
Marquee matchups.
Yeah, whoever was in the finals the year before, that kind of thing. The way it's looking right now, of the 5 games scheduled, we might get 3 of them. And if we get 3 of them, you got a team like the Nets where they have to sign guys off of G League and on 10-day contracts. There's no Kyrie. There's no Kevin Durant.
Wait. I thought they activated Kyrie for road games.
Well, they did.
And they went in protocol.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Damn unvaccinated.
So now I get to put him on my IL spot. That's so great.
Finally.
Hey, no, but for real, did anybody see that Joe Johnson's back in the NBA?
I did not.
ISO Joe.
Yeah.
Wait.
He's back with the Celtics.
Is this just the short-term thing?
10-day contract. But he made his only shot.
I hope he plays himself into a remainder of the year contract.
Dude.
He's a scorer.
They put the 0-1 versus 2021, and the dude don't age.
Wait. Now he's going to be ineligible for the TBT because you can't be an NBA player and play in the basketball tournament.
Correct.
So, and they keep winning it, so now maybe they won't because he's not there.
Yeah.
There we go.
He's back, though.
How selfish of him to short his other players on the TBT.
And you got what's his name? What's Stevenson, the LeBron menace?
Oh, Deshaun Stevenson?
Yeah.
No, not Deshaun.
Oh, I was just saying,
What's his
wow.
name? The guy Lance, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, for the Pacers. He used to blow in
Now
LeBron's ear.
The Hawks just signed him today to a 10-day contract because that's where everybody's just like, you can't tell me. So is that where we're at, though, that you can't say any of these D-League, G-League players, whatever they're called now, is not as good as these grizzled veterans that's been out of the league for 4 years?
I don't know. I don't know if there's rules about how they get called up or if it's anything like the way baseball works. I don't think it is.
On top of that, Taco Fall got his first start ever for the Cavs last night.
He's on the Cavs?
Yeah. The 19-12 Cavs.
How'd he do?
10 rebounds.
10 rebounds?
4 points.
Did you pick him up on your fantasy team?
I did not.
No. That was a miss then.
Yep, I know.
I'm sure his field goal percentage is super high.
Then I hate to keep blabbering about NBA, but then the rumor about somebody dropped a tweet. I think it was Kendrick Perkins dropped a tweet now that Hey, LeBron, now that your Lakers are going nowhere fast, how about you go back to your Cleveland Cavaliers and demand a trade back to them because they're 19-12 in the East?
Yeah, Kalo's balling out lately.
So
That's the play to make if you're LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead and come back to the city twice to bring a title.
Dude, that Lakers team looks like the dog shit we knew it would before the season started.
Well, I get it. And I was under the impression we'll make a decision on how good they really might be come Christmas, and here we are. And yeah, it's bad.
it's like no one can make a jumper.
Picking up Westbrook was like putting the square peg in the round hole.
Dude, he's so
AD
bad.
doesn't want to play. Like, AD's that guy.
He's out for a month now.
Well, make it 2
He-
months.
he
You
tweaked-
know he'll be out longer.
He just tweaked his vagina.
Yep.
It's a
He
tough
was trying
strain.
too hard to
Yeah.
shake the sand out of it, and he hurt himself.
He had a little tickle in his taint.
Yeah.
Out for a month.
You know,
Oh, God.
I can't say I'm surprised. It is what it is. But let's keep on NBA for a second. You guys, we had a little fun last week talking about NFL owners, and we're not talking about NBA owners. That's too damn hard. But I just wanted to kind of quiz your knowledge here, and the question is going to be if you know who the top 5 and the bottom 5 winningest and losingest programs in history are. So we're not going by like total wins and losses. We're just going by winning
Win percentage.
Correct.
For the NBA.
For the NBA. So I want to see if you can name the bottom 5. So I want you both to go. So Biggie,
Minnesota would be one.
okay. Don't hesitate too much.
Oh, okay. I thought
Come on,
how we doing?
Go.
Just you can give me 5 too. Just whoever.
We'll come up with a combined
How about
5.
the Memphis Grizzlies / Vancouver Grizzlies?
All right, we'll put them on there.
Yeah.
All right, you give me 5, and I'll tell you if you got any wrong, and you'll have a chance to change. So
Okay.
I
The New Jersey Nets.
you say Nets. All right.
I think the Cavs would probably be in there.
Can you say Cavs?
Yeah, I think the Cavs are a good bet to be in
Even
there.
with
So you're
LeBron.
Biggie, you adding the Cavs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say the Orlando Magic. They've had some lean years.
And
The Clippers.
You're adding the Clippers.
Yep.
Okay. So you need 2 more, Mr. Brown.
Let's see.
Or no, you said the Cavs.
Yeah.
So that's all right. Give me
Give
one
me
more
the
for
Dallas
each.
Mavericks.
They
Dallas
were rough.
Mavericks.
They were rough.
Yeah.
For
All
a
right.
while.
What about your last one?
Give me the not Milwaukee Bucks because they had Kareem for a minute.
No.
Let me think. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'll go with Orlando, I guess.
All right. So you both have 3, 4. You got 4 combined correct.
Okay.
There's one team you're missing, and it's Eastern Conference. The teams you got, the worst team. You know
Washington Wizards is who we're missing.
You know who the worst team is?
Timberwolves.
It is the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Their winning percentage is .394.
Yep.
I believe that.
Number 2 is the Clippers because it's the Clippers.
Yeah.
We're old enough to remember why they're here. 415. The Grizzlies are 418. The Nets are 423. The 26th place team is in the Eastern Conference, and he's a hell of a player, but he does not know how to run a team.
Oh.
MJ.
Yep.
Yep.
It's the Charlotte
Wildcats,
Hornets. Yeah.
Hornets.
Yeah, 439.
Yeah, because, see, we're thinking teams have been around forever where technically they've been around for 12 years.
It's
or
not so
whatever.
bad. That's pretty.
All right,
Okay.
so it should be
I like
easier
it.
to
Hey,
do.
4 out of 5, 80%. I'll take
Yeah.
that.
All right, so it should be easier to do the top of the heap here. So Biggie,
Celtics.
Biggie, or you go first. Give me your top 5. Celtics.
Lakers.
Yep.
Who else is good all the time? Well, the Bulls couldn't be in there. There's no way.
It's up to you if you want to put them.
This is tougher than a loser. Honestly. The Knicks. Pacers. I'll go Bulls.
All right.
I'm not saying those are right, but
Biggie, who do you got?
I'll go, Celtics and Lakers.
yeah,
Okay.
Of course. I'm going to go Spurs.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
I am also going to go Philadelphia 76ers.
All right.
And then I will go Miami Heat.
All right. So
change one?
Miami Heat. Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Utah Jazz.
All right.
Oh,
Who are you taking
nice.
out? Who are you taking out?
I am taking out who did I say? Pacers, Bulls.
Yeah, take one of
Lakers,
them
Celtics. I'm taking out the Pacers.
All right, so number 1 is the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
Six
Playoffs, how many years in a row?
613 winning percentage. The Lakers are number 2 at 595. The Celtics are 3 at 590. The Utah Jazz are number 4. So good, course correct there. They are at 545. And number 5, you guys did not name. They are a Western Conference team, and they're absolute dog shit right now.
So is it the Portland Trailblazers?
They're number 6.
I was going to say that.
The Denver Nuggets?
No, they were not always called. They're not always called what they're called now. Correct.
See, I thought Seattle, but then I thought they started a new franchise in OKC.
No.
We were just talking about NBA Jam, man. You know, Kemp and Payton.
Yeah, they're ballers. Don't forget, they won a title in the 70s. So the Spurs are the winningest program in the NBA. Yeah,
that seemed like the easy one because they've been good for 25 years.
What year did the Spurs originate? Was they like when the ABA and NBA combined?
they were like early 70s.
Yeah.
So you guys are both Bulls fans. You know what the Bulls are ranked?
I'm going to guess they're about 8th or 9th.
You concur?
They're top 10.
Top 10?
I'm going to say 12th.
Winner, chicken dinner, Mr. Brown. They are 12th.
Those lean years after MJ
but you
killed them.
No, before they sucked. And after
they sucked. It's been a lot of suckery and all that.
Yeah.
Surprising, the Pistons are 19th.
Wow, that shocked me. Where's the Pacers?
The Pacers are 13th.
I feel like they've always been respected.
Your top 10 is the Blazers are 6, the Suns are 7, the Rockets, the Heat, and then the Bucks.
Okay.
The Sixers are 11.
Okay.
Yeah, they had
80s
and 90s. They were good.
I feel much better about this, Biggie, than the NFL owners.
I like how you pulled the Utah Jazz out of there because I think that's one that a lot of people don't think about because they've never won anything.
Right. But they're always there.
They're always there.
I mean, they were a playoff team for 20 years with Stockton and Malone.
Yep. Exactly. 20 freaking years.
Yep.
So anyway, we're always around for fun trivia like that. So we have the NFL owners and we have the
we got to bring this up real quick because you brought up the Jazz. Biggie posted in his basketball group about who would you rather have between Mikal and Karl Malone.
Yeah. But very, very dynamic difference between
both
those
great
guys.
at the 4.
But very different fours.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, I thought it was clearly Karl Malone.
I clearly agree with you. That
Most people went Mikal.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean,
Here goes Mikal.
So Mikal has the best post game in the history of basketball for an unathletic man. He's got 3 moves from each side. He could shoot from the line if you fouled him. He was an all-game player. Knocked down an 18-footer. Terrific passer. The up and under, the drop step, that's all stuff he perfected. Defensively, they called him the black hole for a reason. He was an eraser.
So Mikal is definitely a better passer, but Karl Malone is definitely by far a better scorer.
Yes.
And a better finisher. And a better rebounder.
No, he's not a better finisher.
Oh,
Kevin McHale around the bucket. Get out of here.
The mailman delivers.
Except for on Sundays.
Except on Sundays. Just ask Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
That's still my favorite trash talk moment in history. But
no, don't get me wrong. I think Malone is the winner in that comparison, but people who want to crap on McHale, go back and watch him.
I'm not crapping on McHale, but this is I'll tell you 100% what this is. This is the bias we show toward players when they have championships versus ones that don't. If Karl Malone had at least 1 ring, maybe 2, people would talk about him as the greatest power forward of all time. But instead, Timmy gets that because he won, even though he played center half the time. But, I mean, I don't know. Like, is it because Malone is it the 15-year-old stuff when he was in college? If people just sour on that or what? Like, it's
or is it the great white hype?
Or is it the great white hype?
Because how many people overvalue Larry Bird? They're like, Larry Bird's better than Michael Jordan. No, he's not.
No. Well.
No, but he is one of the great top 5 players in the history of the
game. But, like,
game.
anybody that says Larry Bird's better than LeBron, I'm sorry, you're an idiot.
So here's the thing. I think that, and this is why Malone's the better player.
No, I agree. I think LeBron is a top 5 player of all time. I dislike LeBron very much.
Yeah.
But, if I was building the
I guess there's so many few dominant white players that, like, we gravitate towards them, maybe.
Racist.
I'm not saying I'm right. I mean, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
joking.
You got to look for that player, and you're just like, oh, I love that guy.
No, that's what happens. Well, and the other thing too is Bird was a winner. Bird was
The dirtiest player in the game.
He was with a team that was already good.
Yeah.
Like, how often does that happen?
McHale got to be the second best player on one of a great dynasties, whereas Malone was the best player on a great team. Finals 2 years in a row that, like you said, just couldn't get that one title. If he gets that one title, people look at him completely different.
And then don't blame the guy because of the area he played in, because Jordan didn't let nobody eat.
Nope.
No.
Hell, he should have played now. LeBron didn't let him have two.
I was talking to somebody about that today. Like, just all the players in the 90s that everybody's like, oh, the 90s didn't have good play because you didn't get to see them win.
Yeah.
Like, they got stifled.
Barkley and Ewing and Malone, Stockton,
Reggie.
Peyton.
I mean,
all Hall of
players.
Famers.
yeah. I mean, it was just different then. But anyway, everybody knows how we stand.
All right, that's fine.
We're always Jordan apologists, and it is what it is. Like it's. But I don't know. I can't get with Big U and McHale.
No, I mean, but
No, I'm okay with you. Sorry to interrupt. Saying Malone's a better player. I'll agree with that. Just don't give me it's clear McHale's not even in the same class. McHale was one hell of a player.
all I'm going to say is I was shocked that there was more McHale chatter than Malone. And that's fine. It was closer than I thought it would be.
Gotcha.
Which you should feel appreciated of that.
Right.
I
That
do.
means you pick because I would have been like, I'm never going to put this up because it's just going to be one-sided. So shows what we know.
Yeah.
That's what happens, though. We don't talk much NBA.
That's why it's your group, damn it.
Damn it.
Well, I
It's
try to
you.
come up with ones that are both good players that could go one way or the other. I put up AD, who's number 3 in per, and everybody says he's so great against Kevin Garnett, and people shit all over AD in about 12 seconds.
Well, AD's got to stay upright.
He can't. I put Garnett against Tim Duncan.
Just so you know, though, in all future shows, just like we talk about the Washington emails, he's now the tickled taint.
Okay, the Dinkle tanked.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
that's appropriate. I'll get started on the T-shirt.
AD is the tickled taint.
I'm gonna
For those
make
of you
a,
that are listening, that's who he is.
Can I make like a picture of a? Never mind. I was just gonna try to put the eyebrow somewhere.
Oh, do it.
We can put
do
that
it,
on a
do it.
T-shirt.
They missed the spot shaving.
There you go.
Perfect. Between my balls and my butthole. Cool. Do it.
When you go to the massage parlor to get that wax, what do you call it?
Before we
Ask Bob Kraft. I don't know.
transition here, I just have one question. We just talked about Larry Bird. Would Larry Bird be a better or worse player in today's NBA?
He would fit in really well in today's NBA. I think
He would not be worse.
No.
He would be equal or better.
Okay,
Correct.
that's what I think.
that's I don't think that's really a debatable question.
Because so many people crap on if you 80 and 90, they're all plumbers
No,
and blah, blah,
to me,
blah.
His IQ separates him.
His skill set fits.
He
his
was
game
able
better.
to be a finesse player when you couldn't be a finesse player.
Yeah.
But he was still a physical player too.
But imagine no one touching him.
Yeah.
just imagine.
Game over.
Yep.
Just imagine if he would have been healthy. His back.
He in his prime, like we talk about Luka or even Dirk. I mean, dude, he would be like way better than them. Skill set's so much better.
But you know what though?
Bird-
Like, we have all these players that like will compare to that, but like they don't win, man.
Yeah.
Like you got guys like
true.
it's the Grant Hill Detroit Pistons syndrome. You just have
Yeah.
this player that's like padding stats and like, man, Grant Hill's a superstar. Well, the Pistons won 28 games this year.
That's the Chris Bosh in them too. Yeah.
Right. It
Still went
is.
to Miami. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a good player,
Right.
but like when people want to talk about Bosch as a Hall of Famer, man, I got some, some mixed feelings about that.
So I got in an argument on this the other day. Chris Bosh, LaMarcus Aldridge, who's a better player?
They're the same player.
See, well, I think they're both pretty good. I think Bosch is the better player. I think
Not by much.
but he's better. I was on this thread on this sports page that I follow, and they were trying to put Chris Bosh as not even worthy to be an all-star. He's just popular,
no.
blah, blah, blah. He made sacrifices offensively, was a really good player defensively. He is where he should have been as far as, credit due to me.
Okay. I'll give you that. But I like Aldridge, though. Like, he, again, just on bad teams.
See, I like Bosch because offensively he could get it done. Defensively, he gave you something. Aldridge was amazing offensively. On-ball defense, help defense. He never really changed the game on the other side.
All right.
Just in my opinion.
I feel like the two best comparisons is Bosch and Kevin Love.
Yep.
Dominating singly, and then they go to a super team, and they're clearly the third wheel.
Yeah, Kevin Love on the Timberwolves, you're like, my God, he's Mr. Double-Double.
40 and 20.
He's killing people
Because
out
play
there.
with LeBron, that's the thing that happens. You play with LeBron, you go from being the guy who does that at 6'10", 6'11". Now you have to become a three-point shooter so that you can open the middle up
Space
for
the
LeBron.
floor because LeBron can't shoot.
All right, last thing I want to ask real quick,
We
and
can talk
we'll
all day.
jump off NBA, is do they trade Westbrook? Are they
I think
able
that
to?
they would if they
Somebody
could
would
get
take
something back for him good. Who's
Like,
giving you anything
You're not getting
for
anything
him?
for Westbrook now.
No.
Here's what's funny. A year or two ago, I saw this trade, hypothetical trade. It was Westbrook and AD to Chicago for DeRozan. It was for who was the other? Oh, what's his name? Vukic. What's his name?
Vujicic?
Sasha Vucic.
No, the center.
The one you got now?
Yeah,
Vujicic?
yeah.
Vucic, yep.
Him, DeRozan, and Lonzo going to the Lakers for Westbrook and AD. And 2 years ago, you'd have jumped all over that.
Yep.
And now you're just like, the Bulls hang up the phone real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they do.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like I don't mean this in a disparaging way at all because I was kind of in the same boat. But you were kind of a Westbrook fan for a minute, right? Like his heart, the way he plays a game.
I love this tenacity.
Right. But like it never got better.
And that was me hoping he would grow a little bit. But it's clear in today's NBA game, if you're a point guard that can't shoot, there's really no spot for you.
Yep. And like all them triple doubles and everything like that. Like think about it.
A lot
Like
of them are padded.
this is of course, but this is a guy that like is probably never going to be beaten as far as the most triple doubles ever, and he's not a good player. Like you don't want him when he's not a winner at all. And
Like he's a great guy to have on a team that's going to win 43 or 44 games.
yeah, I mean your
Friends
ceiling,
playoff team.
Yeah.
yeah, and he's not going to help you advance out of the first round.
And it sucks because you love his tenacity and how
He's a
hard he
bulldog.
plays, but
Yeah, but it's just not. It's not there. But anyway, that was that might have been the longest segment we've had on the NBA.
And what
this
was
year.
even funnier is we didn't start NBA and it transitioned there.
It did. It was all,
Organically.
yeah, well, COVID and all that stuff.
All right.
It's affecting everything. Even hockey games got canceled, and they
always take like a week break between Christmas and New Year's. They just moved it up this year.
I guess they're not playing in the Olympics, are they? All the NHL players?
They canceled it.
I think they did.
Yeah, I've heard that. Something along that same line. I don't know if they canceled, but they're not.
The NHL players are not taking the 2 months
risk.
off to go
Yep.
play in the Olympics, which I don't know. At this point, I'm not even sure if that's going to happen now.
I doubt it does.
Thank you, Omicron.
I'm just looking to see some figure skating,
There's some curling, don't you know?
bobsled.
All right, guys. So it is the holiday season. Today is Festivus, and do you have any grievances you want to air?
I have a grievance I'd like to air.
Okay.
It has not yet happened, but it's going to. So I'm going to take this day and this opportunity to air it. There's a certain time around when the Super Bowl starts, you're hyping it up, that I look forward to hearing, and pitchers and catchers have reported. And that's not going to happen on the same time that it normally does. And after the year the Mariners just had and some of the moves they made before the lockout, I'm really effing looking forward to next year. It's going to get delayed. It's going to get totally fucked up. And it's going to be because it's millionaires versus billionaires. So fuck them both. That's my grievance.
Well, that is a fine Festivus sports-related grievance. I can appreciate that, and I can sense your passion and anger emulating from your pores.
Not like every other year. We're going to be good this year. We're going to win the West. Make the playoffs.
Would you like to follow it up with the feats of strength now?
Oh, give me a little more scotch.
Put the proper 12 down. Let's just make sure we're okay. How about you, Mr. Brown? Do you have any grievances you'd like to air?
I'm not a big Seinfeld guy, so I'm kind of lost here.
You don't have to be. It's just in the spirit of Festivus, we just put the pole up. That's it. There's no decorations. And,
Yeah.
one of the things is you have the opportunity one night a year to air any grievances with no retribution from the others. You can just talk about what you're upset with. So
That's it.
that's it.
Well, I'm the anti-Biggie because I don't care if the season starts again because the Braves are world champs, and that means they'll just be champs longer.
The longer the off season is, the better.
This means
for
we'll
you.
be. I don't care if we never play again. Freddie Freeman hit the last career home run in the history of MLB.
God, opposite sides of the same coin here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only grievance I have is that us fellas don't get to do this enough.
Yeah, that is a true thing. That
So
time and daylight is not always cooperative.
So really, in the sports world, I'm good. Other than that, other than my health sucking, and other than I'm good.
My airing of grievances is that Urban Meyer is no longer a head coach, and not because he deserves to be, but I feel like it's just less that we get to talk about now. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, and now we don't have that. So, Urban, I have a grievance with you for getting fired. You need to go find another job, and you need to do it quick.
Can he just keep giving interviews like the one he did after he got fired?
For the time being, that will work.
Okay.
But that's all we got. Other question real quick, since it is the holidays, a lot of people are going to be doing their Christmas thing or Hanukkah thing or Kwanzaa thing or whatever it is you might be doing. But what is your go-to holiday movie that you're going to be watching over Christmas Eve or Christmas?
Well, there's two that I always end up watching in the morning. A Christmas Story will be on Recycle. And then by the afternoon, and when I get tipsy, I like to watch Clark.
Yeah.
Clark
Trees
W.
Go Through
Griswold.
That's the only two things I do on Christmas.
That's solid. Mr. Brown?
Our tradition for our family is actually to watch after Thanksgiving dinner when we go home and get settled. We watch Christmas Vacation on that day, which is my favorite Christmas movie ever. But I would keep watching it because, honestly, Christmas Story, once they started doing 24/7, I couldn't do it anymore.
Ruined it.
It ruined it for me. An underrated Christmas movie is Office Christmas Party.
We might have. I don't know if we talked about that on air or not too long ago. But
Office
I
Christmas
agree.
Party and The Night Before. Have you seen The Night Before?
I haven't seen The Night
Seth
Before.
Rogen.
No,
It's a great Christmas movie.
I have not seen that one. I'll have to check that one out.
The drug dealer in that's the villain off of the original Superman. What's his name?
Gene Hackman.
No, I'm talking about the one that just came out.
Oh, I don't know what his name is. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So he's the drug dealer in that.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. So The Night Before and Office Christmas Party.
It'd been better if it was Gene Hackman though.
Yeah. Would have.
Hackman.
Yeah.
What are you watching on next to the fireplace?
I'm pretty similar to you actually. Like I've already watched A Christmas Story. Like it came on the other night and we kind of watched it. But it's always like Christmas Vacation is the standalone. There's a lot of other like great ones, like what Mr. Brown referenced with Office Christmas Party. It was on the other day, and I watched a little bit of it. But I'm not into the classic like It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, me neither.
And all that stuff.
I've seen them all. I just can't. I can't get into them every year.
Like I don't need. I'm an adult. I don't need someone to put the spirit of Christmas in me. I just need to laugh and have a good time and just enjoy myself.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Exactly. No more.
You don't need that?
I don't need that. I don't need that.
All right.
Man, I'm going to jump off the bridge.
like,
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yes, our studio audience just contributed Die
We
Hard.
put that on the page.
It made
Who's your favorite Christmas character? And Bruce Willis won hands down.
Yes, and when we did our Christmas movie bracket a couple years ago, it was a Sweet 16.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, so there you go. So maybe I should watch
it's not
some Die Hard.
officially Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Plaza.
I want that sweatshirt, the Nakatomi holiday party.
I want that tree topper.
Did you
one
see
of you
the tree
guys put
topper
on
I
the
put on
page.
there?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah,
Why don't we make something like that and sell it?
absolutely.
We
Thanks
have-
for the assist, background noise.
Yes, the studio audience always contributes. It's not Turbo Tom
Absolutely.
here. He's playing darts somewhere because he's a loser.
Darts are more important.
Yes, we know where your loyalties lie. But anyway, that's enough Christmas movie talk. But let's take a break and we'll come back and it's time to hit the music, right? So before we do that, Mr. Brown, you have just a couple weeks left. Can you maintain your first place spot?
Listen, I'm not playing to lose. I'm playing to win here, son. So I don't care what Biggie picks. I'll go first. I don't even care because guess what? I'm going to beat him in his own game because I might let him have that anymore. You can do what you want in your fantasy league and your brass balls starting Wilson tonight.
For the Niners.
You're not going to win the picks this year, and you're going to have to live with that for a whole year. How's that make you feel?
Well, typically at this time of year, I'm a little more focused in. We're coming down the stretch run.
So
but
excuses. Okay.
I'm just really focused on taking $1,200 in fantasy football. So if it makes you feel better to win picks, you go ahead and do your darndest there.
See what he's doing there? He's acting like it's not bothering him, but like he's inside, like his soul's burning. Like it's really bothering him. Don't let him act like
I know he cries himself to sleep.
He's just like, how? He's not even paying that much. He's just picking these games out of his ass. How does he get them right?
Exactly.
I think he's got an earwig in. That's why you always ask what the spread is twice.
He's got.
I'm like, you get that?
It's Speaker City, Vince Vaughn. He's talking to you. Just telling you.
No, you've kind of hit a little thud here lately. I picked some games up. This last week, we both sucked. I'm actually anticipating you can continue your skid through the year because that's where you belong. And I'll finish in first. You'll be in second. Chad will be in third.
The funny thing is as bad as I sucked last week, I was a game better than you.
I know it's like one of the worst weeks I've ever had.
So, touche, brother.
All right. Well, here's to the next week. Let's take a break, collect our thoughts, and we'll be right back. Only a few more weeks we get to hear that wonderful, beautiful NFL music. But it's time. What is it, week 16?
Week 16.
Holy hell. It's week 16 of our NFL Stone Cold Lead Pipe Locks. And for those keeping it score at home, Mr. Brown, who's ranked in the top 5 nationally, is 124, 98, and 1. Biggie, who's ranked in the top 15 nationally, is 121, 102, and 1. And I'm 115 and 108 and 1. So I'm above 500, and
Don't sell yourself short. That's a one hell of a season.
I'm still
record.
better than 350 other so-called professionals, so I'll take it for what it is. But we are back here to see if we can maybe anoint Mr. Brown early as the champion, or Biggie can close the gap, or maybe I could even just be dastardly and compete a little bit for second. We'll see what happens, but we're watching a game in the background. The San Francisco 49ers, it looks like the Titans just scored.
Fighting Mike Vrabels have tied the game.
And Mr. Brown and I, had picked the Niners to cover the 3.5 point spread. Biggie picked the Titans, and now in the second half, we're tied up. So, is it going to hold? You feeling good about your picks still?
I'm feeling good because I got them at 3.5.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. But we got a lot of other picks to go through, and we got some wide open games. We got 3 double-digit spreads, and we got a pick 'em. So it's an interesting week. So let's kick off the games, and we'll start with the Cleveland Browns, who are fighting for their playoff life, and they're going on the road to Lambeau Field. The Packers are a 7-point home favorite.
This is one of those where I feel like the Packers should come out and clearly win by 10, 13 points. Who's playing quarterback for the Cleveland Browns this week?
They have not officially announced yet, but it's probably Baker.
Is Nick Chubb playing? Kareem Hunt? The offensive line healthy?
I think they're getting everybody back.
All right. Green Bay will win this game, but it will be tight. It will be hard fought, and they'll pull away late and cover.
I love gaining more games on Biggie.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's clearly going to be Green Bay. I don't care who's quarterback for the Browns.
I just took Green Bay also.
Did you?
Yes.
You said the
I thought
Browns.
you said
I said it will be hard fought. It will be tight, and Green Bay will pull away late and cover.
Oh, I completely.
So I'm
we'll
not
have
the
to check
only
the
one.
tape on that.
I'm not the only one.
No, maybe I'm the only one.
No, I clearly didn't have that. So I'm picking the Packers. Whatever Biggie said. I'm going Packers, and I think it's easy.
I appreciate your clarity and getting to the point so much easier. I'm also taking the Packers, although the fact that the Packers barely won last week
But they were up 14 and they quit playing.
I know. It just makes me think they're at that stage where they're not really covering now, but we'll see. But we're taking Packers across the board.
Hardballs.
So how about the Indianapolis Colts on the road to the very, very up and down Arizona Cardinals as of late? The Cardinals are a 1-point home favorite.
That's it.
Hammer the Colts in this one. The Cardinals are injured. It's catching up with them a little bit. Here's the thing. What do the Colts like to do? They love to run the ball. What can the Cardinals not do? Stop the run. Give me the Colts.
I hate to agree with you. Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in the league. Granted, Derrick Henry's been out for about 5 weeks, but he's the new guy, and I'm going Colts as well.
Man,
they're trending up, and the Cardinals are trending down.
I thought he was going to go a different direction when he said, "That's all." That's all. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm also taking the Colts. Like the Cardinals, early in the year we had them as the best team, but they're not. They're falling apart quickly, and it seems like anybody can beat them right now. And the Colts, like you said, they're on fire right now. And Jonathan Taylor, even though they decide sometimes not to give him the ball for some stupid reason, I think they will this week.
Biggie's just overvaluing them because he realized if Mac Jones doesn't have a defense and a lead, and he can't pass 3 times a game, that they're in trouble.
They are.
So he's overvaluing the Colts because they just did what everybody else should.
Clearly, they're one of the best teams in football because they beat the Patriots.
Mr. Brown is clearly trying to take a shot at me, forgetting I love the Colts every week for the last 2 seasons.
You have, along with the Fighting Vrabels and
the Fighting Mike Vrabels.
Well, what about MVP Kyler Murray? You're off that bandwagon. All right. Speaking of bandwagons, nobody jumps on the bandwagon ship quite like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are on the road to Carolina. The Bucs are a 10-point road favorite.
This is one of those where if they were playing 2 or 3 teams in the league, you would pick them to cover. The Panthers are one of those teams. The Panthers are going to split Darnold and Cam at quarterback. I know that the Bucs are missing a ton of pieces on offense, but the Panthers are just that bad.
I mean, I agree with you. I feel like the Bucs are just kind of like doing their thing, and they're waiting until the playoffs start. So I don't really care who's starting a quarterback for the Panthers. I feel like Brady's pissed because he just got shut out. And the first time it happened since 2015, I believe.
Yeah.
So Bucs back in a big way this week.
I like to ride the historical trend of Brady having a bad game and then coming back like a man possessed. And he's got one more of those in him. And if you're going to unleash it, let it go against the Panthers.
Release the Kraken.
And
he's got AB back.
We're across the board so far, except for Thursday night. So let's see if we switch things up here because we're into Biggie's wheelhouse again as one of his favorite teams, the Minnesota Vikings, are at home against the Rams. The Rams are a 3.5-point road favorite.
Hammer the Vikings all day. They always play up to their competition, down to their competition. This is the game they come out strong. Not only will they cover, they will win.
Yeah, Biggie's out of his mind. I'm going Rams as well. I'm going Rams.
Don't need much more explanation. The Rams are riding the ship here. They've been playing better.
Skull!
There we go. Didn't even have to ask for the lone wolf. He knew he was on island.
I like it.
All right, how about the Chargers? Chargers on the road against the Texans. Chargers are a 10-point road favorite.
I absolutely hate this game because the Texans are dog crap. Somehow they showed up and won last week. The Chargers should do a lot better than what they will, but with Eckler having COVID, who knows who else ends up with it. They win, but I think that the Texans get the cover.
I think the Chargers, after the Kansas City game, they cover. They come out with Justin Jackson and Herbert. They do the thing. Chargers cover.
Yeah, I think they roll. I think if we get a Justin Herbert show, this might be one of those games where everybody feels really good about Herbert.
Coming out party.
Yeah, I mean, not that he needs to.
Yeah.
He's already out.
This is Biggie's going out party.
Biggie's going out party.
Yeah.
Shots fired. All right. Ravens on the road to Cincinnati. You got a lot of interesting things here happening for my Bengals. They are a 3-point home favorite. The Steelers are playing the Chiefs. We'll get to that pick later. We already mentioned the Browns are playing the Packers. So destiny is there at the cusp for the Bengals to take it, to drink from the cup, to make the playoffs. This is an elimination game because if they win, they have really a 2-game lead.
Stranglehold.
So for that reason, I'm taking the Ravens to cover, and you know that.
We already knew you were going there. Before you said a word, you just cannot find it within yourself to pick your team to cover. That's okay. Me and Mr. Brown do it for you most weeks. I'm doing it for you this week.
I'm going Bengals, and I don't have to even explain it.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, I just can't pick them because if I do, then they'll lose.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh,
Bengals all day. To your Ravens.
You're the one fan that has that control.
I feel like that. Like
Let's hear it, Ravens.
I've been given this curse. And,
Forevermore.
I was going to do some Edgar Allan Poe poetry jam. Is that okay?
No,
Can I
just
get
do
some
Ravens.
drums?
You just got to let it rip. Come on.
Wow. Put him down.
Simmer down now. All right, how about the Buffalo Bills? Who have they figured things out since the Patriots blew their
They're
doors
still
off?
circling the wagons. We just don't know what they're doing.
Well, now they're heading to Foxborough, and we're getting a rematch, and the Patriots are a 2.5 point.
I'm going to take this one first.
All right, go ahead.
So we got an interesting situation brewing this weekend where Canadian Biggie is going on a show with a few Bills fans.
Uh-oh.
And it's going to be interesting because you know what? They're like, I saw it on Facebook and they're like, we need a Patriots fan. I said, this dude over here. So I put him out there, and now he's going with head-to-head 2-on-2.
Yep.
Is it going to be fun?
It's going to be a lot of fun. I talked to him the other night, kind of got the ground rules a little bit. We're going to do an hour leading up to the game Sunday morning. And you know what I like most about it? I get to just talk Patriots football. Patriots and Bills football. And I know Bills football more than most members of Bills Mafia. I'm excited for Sunday.
Ooh, there's a little snippet for you.
I like that.
You want to plug the segment? What's it called?
Now that I said that, what is the segment? You know
The
what
film
it's called?
room.
The field room.
Film room.
Film room.
All right, so you can go first. This is your team, but I'm trying to help you help yourself, Canadian Biggie.
I need a lot of that, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You said
agent.
the Buffalo Bills are circling the wagons, but you're not sure which direction they're going in. They're going the same damn direction as Boomer Sooner did last year when they wrecked that damn thing. They lose this game and they miss the playoffs. Take the Patriots at home.
All right,
2.5.
2.5 Patriots at home.
Yep.
So you feel good about Mac Jones coming back, getting the lead? You think that's how it's going to go? Game script. All right. This is tough for me.
I will say this. Last week, everyone on crop on Mac Jones. They're down 17-0 or 20-0 going to the
And
fourth.
they came back.
Let them down. That gave me more confidence than some of the games he's played well in.
I don't know if it's more the fact that I believe in the Patriots or I don't believe in the Bills, but I'm gonna go Patriots.
I feel like this is a game that if you had to pick like 5 games, you definitely would not pick this game.
Right?
Is that fair?
Yeah.
This would not be part of the WDKS Blazing 5.
Right. All right. So I also have the Patriots just because they emotionally beat the Bills last time. That was just a couple weeks ago.
Chad, since I've already went explicit a couple times, across the board on the Patriots, you know what this means.
It means they're going down, baby.
This is great for everybody.
All right. So
I will happily concede this pick because I don't lose no ground to beat.
we should just always pick the Patriots now, just to mess with Big.
There you go.
All right. So how about the Giants, which they shut down Danny Dimes for the year? Saquon Barkley is I don't know what
On
he is.
Biggie's bench.
And they're playing the Eagles, where the Eagles find themselves a large 10-point home favorite.
10 points.
Have you not seen what the Eagles have been doing lately?
So, yes. And here's the thing. Last week they played the emails, and I took the emails to cover.
It was 9.5, and it was a freaking 10-point game.
Yep. With Danny Dimes shut down, Barkley hasn't been doing a whole lot. Talked about this earlier in the year. Nick Sirianni came over. Jalen Hurts isn't a pocket passer. When he committed to them being a run team, and to me, they're probably the best run team in the NFL outside of the Colts right now. They have become a really they're 7-7. They're going to make playoffs possibly. Give me the Eagles to cover at home.
This is tough for me. It's really tough.
Because
playing quarterback for the Giants. Who's their backup?
I think they're playing Jake Fromm.
Yes, I think they are. Jake from State Farm, Georgia.
Georgia quarterback, one of their 3 who couldn't get the job done.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just picking the Eagles in a crapshoot.
All right.
To be honest.
Now, I think one of the Giants wide receivers tore his Achilles last week, too. Sterling Shepard.
That's all fine.
If the Eagles didn't cover, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm just picking one.
I fully expect the Eagles to win the game, but 10's a lot. And, the emails were completely decimated with COVID.
And they barely covered.
Yeah, so I don't see them. I see them winning by like 8 or 9. So
divisional game.
Fee-fi-fo-fum. I smell the blood of a caca in the Eagles.
All right. They might be Giants.
All right.
Where's Al Bundy?
Yeah.
How about the Detroit Lions on the road to Atlanta, where the Falcons are a 6-point home favorite?
I cannot hammer the Lions enough in this game. We've become Lions fans throughout the year. You had the Lions diehard fans on. They have been a covering machine all year except for 1
Denver.
week.
Yep.
Give me the Lions to cover.
Listen, I did my autograph giveaway tonight in the baseball group, and none other than Knit Hopes, diehard Lions fan, came on Chad's one of his shows recently, and he won an autograph from a Met, and I think it's Destiny. The Lions are playing well, and we're in the group text. Chad's in there. I don't know if Biggie's in there or not, but if one thing's for sure, the way this season is unfolded is that Dan Campbell is the man for the job.
And the Lions fans love Dan Campbell.
I mean, they're not quitting.
No.
They don't care about picks. We're going to win the game, and we get what pick we get.
All of a sudden, biting kneecap seems to be a game plan.
So I'm kind of falling in love with them, and damn it, it hurts, but it's the truth.
For everything you just said, all I could do is just say it again, but I'm going to save time and not do that. But it's the Lions across the board, and if they haven't become America's sweetheart, they're at least the sweetheart for We Don't Know Sports. We love us some Lions action, baby. And they're going to cover that 6 in the ATL.
That's why I'm going to Detroit this summer, boys.
Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
All right, how about a pick'em game? If there was ever going to be a pick'em game, it's this one. The Jaguars on the road to the Jets.
Oh, my God. This is
the worst game ever.
This is another you would never pick this game betting money. I honest to God, have no clue who will win this game. It's an absolute throw them out there. I'm going to take the Jets for one reason. I was 110% sure last week after Urban got fired, the Jags would come out and destroy the Texans.
Yeah, are we all on the Jets here? Because what you're saying is 100% what I thought.
You guys agree? Yeah, same.
Because it didn't happen.
Win that one.
Yeah. We all got burned on that game last week.
Let me say this. The fact this game is so bad that I refuse to pick it because I still feel comfortable in my spread on Biggie. So just put me down as refuse to pick.
So if you don't pick,
he's just taking the loss.
He technically takes a push because there's no spread. Now you got to pick a game. We're not doing that.
Well, then if that's what it is, I'll go Jaguars.
You're going Jaguars just to mix it up?
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to take the L because I feel comfortable beating his sorry ass.
Well, I mean, I think if you just watch the game, you're taking an L. But either way, I do appreciate the fact that you gave us a lone wolf so you can be a Jaguar. Ooh, that's very, very intimidating.
Tenacious.
I bet you got some leggings that look like a Jaguar print, don't you?
My wife does.
They got to rip
them off.
That means they're yours too. All right, how about the Chicago Bears? I feel like this game's already taken place this season. The Bears at the Seahawks.
It does feel like this one's already been played.
Bears, Seahawks?
Yeah.
What's the spread?
6.5 for Seattle.
Dude, they're both such bad teams, but the Seahawks with Wilson at quarterback, you got to take them to cover at home. They're touching the Packers or the Vikings-Bears Monday night ended up 17-9 because the Bears got a touchdown on the last play of the game. Like, the Bears are not good.
Yeah, I'm going Wilson and Penny, who's emerges the running back. Justin Fields is just that damn bad.
Rashad Penny was a first-round pick who couldn't stay healthy.
No, he's done well in the last few weeks, so I'm picking the Seahawks to win by 10.
So you guys, I put my picks down before you pick, and then you guys start talking, and it makes me want to change it.
No, don't change
I'm going to
it.
leave the Bears on there
All
because I think the Seahawks do
You've
win
got
this
like
game.
this thing for Justin Fields, who you sometimes call Trey Lance.
So
like you're
actually,
on the Bears some when it's unexpected.
I have no thing for him because obviously I can't even remember what his name is half the time. I just know he's the Ohio State quarterback that sucks, and the Red Rifle's better.
The most recent one.
But I just, it's going to be an ugly game. It might be an uglier game to watch than the Jaguars and Jets, to be honest with you. But Seattle, have they scored more than 20 points other than when they played the Jaguars?
One game.
That being said, I don't think they have very often, so I don't see them scoring a lot here and winning. So winning big. So they're going to cover. They'll win by like 4. But all right, so it's my bear. How about the what's the Raiders record?
7-7.
What's the Broncos record?
7-7.
Is this an elimination game?
That's posted in your group.
I mean, whoever loses this.
Who's the best 7-7 team in football?
There's like
I said clearly not my Raiders.
There's 19.
I remember seeing that.
There's half the league is 7-7.
Yes, they are.
So the Broncos are going on the road to Vegas,
where no one's a favorite.
It's a 1-point Bronco favorite.
Would you like to go first? It's your team.
I'm going Broncos.
Is that like because that's what I do, or just...
No? It took everything the Raiders had to beat the Cleveland Browns, who played their practice squad last week on a walk-off kick.
It's true.
It's god awful, and they've got to make a change of quarterback, and not just the quarterback. It's everything. Everything about the Raiders needs stripped down, and let's start over. And how we've been doing that for 20 years is beyond me. Just start it over.
You're not the only franchise like that. Don't
hit the restart button. It's a Nintendo. Pull out the game, blow in it, and let's hope for better results.
Biggie.
The Raiders are at home. They're playing a team that should beat them and just might beat them. But it'll make me feel good to pick up a game on Mr. Brown with his Raiders beating him. So give me the Raiders at home.
So you're just taking it to be
just out of spite.
Yeah, just to be
pure
petty.
Spite.
Broncos all day.
Yeah, Broncos are winning this. Broncos, neither team is great, but the Broncos seem to be a more complete, better team. And Teddy Bridgewater is so unassuming, but somehow he's still just making some plays, I guess. But
he's not playing this week.
Is he? Yeah, is
that
Locke?
Concussion? He's out. Drew Lock's supposed to start.
Ooh, see, I didn't know that.
That's kind of the reason I like the Raiders.
I'm still.
I don't think it matters.
I'm still taking the Broncos. It just seems like what would happen. So.
The autumn wind is a radar.
There you go. All right, the Pittsburgh Steelers on the road to Arrowhead. The Chiefs, 8.5.
Steelers cover. COVID. KC. They match together well. Steelers cover.
I believe the Chiefs have won like 6-7 in a row.
They've been on fire.
And I feel like they got enough weapons to expose Big Ben and his fat ass and his gravy legs when he gets sacked and they snap his legs. So I'm on the Chiefs.
I'm not really sure what this game's going to look like come kickoff. This is the disadvantage we have picking on a Thursday, but
it's going to go to Tuesday.
I mean, there's always that Tuesday night window, baby. But the Steelers, man, I can't go with them. I can't. So the Chiefs are covering this game. I know it's a big spread, but this is the type of game that the Steelers get hammered and get removed from the playoff picture.
Permante Brothers. Stocked meats.
What type of meats?
Stocked
meats.
Ooh. I don't know what a lone Steeler does.
I know. I think we've ran across that a couple times. I think
we better research that.
We'll probably figure that one out, huh?
I remember I tried to do the Yinzer conversation last time I picked him, and y'all really gave me a hard time.
Yingling.
Very inactive. Yeah, there you go. Yingling. Oh, wait. Do we have a...
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, when Mike Vrabels
the
come
Titans
marching in.
Are now winning by a touchdown.
A.J. Brown, that's your boy, Mr. Brown.
Yeah. We got 2 games left. The Washington emails on the road to Dallas. The Cowboys are a 10.5-point home favorite.
I'm going to take the emails to cover. I have no idea who's playing for them. They seem to fight. And for whatever reason, Dallas has become a defense-led team. They're going to win, but they're not going to win by a ton.
All right.
I'm going Cowboys.
You're going Cowboys. Any explanation?
Because because they're the Cowboys.
Ooh, are you them boys?
And I got the VHS is ready.
Debbie does Dallas. It's what he's referring to.
That is from about the same era. But I'm taking the emails because the Cowboys are not winning games big. They're winning, and they're winning convincing, but they're ugly.
Yeah.
And now there's all kinds of questions about Prescott, right? Like, is he really the guy now? Because he hasn't been playing that good.
I think Cooper just stirred up a bunch of shit today because he's not happy with the offense and how many falls he's getting.
It wouldn't be a Dallas Cowboys season without a little bit of noise. But, you're the lone cowboy. Is it get along, little doggy?
Hey, more like Brokeback Mountain this week. Spoon.
All right, last game. Dolphins, who've been on fire, playing the Saints, who just looked great last week. The Dolphins are a 1.5 point favorite on the road.
Dolphins.
Can I say this real quick?
Yeah.
Pew, pew. Is that better?
That's sure.
All right, good.
The Dolphins are the favorite or the dog?
That's what I was going to say.
What's the spread? 1.5?
1.5 for the Dolphins.
They're 1.5?
Yes.
All right, well, I was just curious how much. I wasn't taking whether they were the favorite, but yeah. Give me that fighting Brian Flores. Tua.
What did you just say?
Take this black label away. Did you hear that? He's stumbling now.
Merry Christmas, Johnny Walker.
The former friend. Home's where the heart is.
After that, I'm going to...
So I think he said he's taking the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Dolphins. Without the stutter.
Without the Brian Flores. I am also taking the Dolphins for the cover. It's just going to be the win outright. I mean, that's what it is. And the Dolphins are going to be right there in the playoff picture. How close are they to the Bills in the playoff race?
A win for the Dolphins this week and a loss for the Bills puts them both at 8-7.
That's amazing.
Yep.
You know, the Bills were like Super Bowl contender at the beginning of the season.
The Dolphins are not out of the possibility of winning the division. If they were to win out, Patriots lose out, they would win the division because they would have a 2-0 win advantage over the Patriots.
So I can call it COVID. I can call it just, mileage on the tires now here. But this seems to be the least or less confident we've ever been making these picks.
Yes.
Like nothing seemed very emphatic. We're just kind of going through the motions on some of these. Is there any games this week that you just feel like are a home run? Like if you had to give one lock no matter what would that game be?
New England Patriots over them Buffalo Bills, baby. COVID season didn't happen. It doesn't exist. That year doesn't exist.
That's not surprising from you.
I guess for me, I'm going to go...
Is it the Jets and Jags?
Yeah. Yeah.
The game you didn't even want to pick.
Yeah, I was going to take an L because I'm that confident.
Took the Toronto Argonauts for some reason.
Bad. I'm going to go Broncos, of course.
No, really.
I refuse to pick for him will end up in a W. That's been his year.
I think...
he'll gain a game on that one.
I will.
I think the Dolphins are going to beat the Saints, man. I think that's a pretty good lock. I feel really good about that. I feel like the way the Dolphins' offensive play is playing right now, I don't think it's kind of like in basketball, like in college, right? Like press a team who presses.
Yeah.
Like I think the Dolphins' offense is what Sean Payton wishes Taysom Hill was doing for the Saints right now.
Taysom Hill's out this week, or he's questionable.
Right, but you know what I mean? Like that's what he wishes they were running. But anyway, you got any nice parlay action, Biggie?
So here's the thing: if you're confident enough to pick all 16 games and throw $5 on them, like I just did,
$5.
It's a $145,000 payout. When you win, here's the thing: you're not going to hit all 16, but if you do good in the early games, they'll give you a nice cash out in the afternoon.
You know, for all these picks that we do, and watching Pick Watch and all the national competition out there, I don't think anybody has gone hit 1,000 for a week.
It's the millions of people that bet. If a guy makes it to Monday with a parlay intact, you hear about it everywhere.
Yeah.
Or even Sunday night.
It's nuts. It just doesn't happen. And even when they do make it a Monday, it didn't work.
Remember, if you're not controlled experts like us here at We Don't Know Sports, 1-800-GAMBLER.
There you go. Save your chatter because it is Christmas time. But all that being said, gentlemen, I think that's enough for a show. That takes us to the hour mark, and we have the holidays. And I know I got family in town. You guys got family in town. We're going to see family that lives in town, whatever it may be. We got studio audience that came in town from almost a different time zone. So I mean, we're having fun here. But any special plans for tomorrow, Christmas?
I'm going to go elbow to elbow with every motherfucker in Walmart and just have a good time.
Tomorrow you can do that.
Yes.
You can literally get away with assault tomorrow.
I'm going to be on one of those viral videos.
I'm not doing that. I'm going to sit at my house all day tomorrow and do nothing.
I figured you'd have a sales push.
Nah, I took tomorrow off, man. I got
attaboy.
Yeah.
And Christmas.
And well, everybody's got Christmas off.
Well, I never know them.
They don't pay us for it.
Is this a 3-day weekend for you? Do you get to enjoy an entire weekend of football?
What do you think?
No.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'll be hard at it Sunday.
I'll be thinking of you.
All right. What about you, Mr. Brown? Anything fun?
I'm just trying to get through tomorrow with at least as many calls as possible from UPS.
There you go. Well, we can always hope. All right. Well, maybe we'll be back next week for the New Year's special. We'll see how it goes. But that has been the We Don't Know Sports podcast. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy Christmas. Enjoy Festivus. Enjoy Hanukkah, whatever it is you do. And Kwanzaa. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.